Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Redneck Light. Today we're going to be putting on roof crossbars. So I got a big old roof rack and I need the crossbars because new cars don't come with crossbars. So let's get started. Alright, so we're doing a couple things today. I'm actually mounting a roof rack on the same day as well. But we're going to go ahead and mount these crossbars. Now, used to, like my old Jeep from the 90s, it actually came with crossbars from the factory, but most new cars do not come with them. Also, make sure you have rails on your car, these little things that are sticking up from the top. If your roof is just plain flat with metal, you can't put crossbars on them, obviously. Okay, so right out of the box, these things come with stickers, and I made the mistake. This does not mean this should be facing the rear. This means that this is the rear cross rail because they are slightly different sizes. The rear is narrower than the front. Keep that in mind. But also, where the arrows are pointing, this side should be facing forward. The side that's bigger should be facing the front of the car versus the side that is narrower. So what you basically do is take this little rubber cover up off the top, and there's two bolts. This one gives you slight adjustment for this piece going back and forth, and then this piece holds the little rail connector in and allows you to tighten it down. So take that bolt out, and then you can pull out this piece. There's a rubber grommet in there. You want to leave that in there, and maybe not do it in dirt so it doesn't get too dirty. But this is actually going to go into the rails on your car. So do that for both sides, and then we'll go put them on the car. Now this piece has grooves like this, and all you have to do is just put them in there. There's a little rubber grommet under here. Sometimes it comes loose, so just kind of watch it when you're positioning this so it doesn't get loose or pinched. You may have to kind of take this and let it rest on the other side while you position it. And once you have it positioned where it goes down, it's only going to go in one way. Then you can go in and go ahead and tighten that bolt. Now one thing I'll show you is you tighten down. If you don't have the other side secured, you don't want to tighten this down all the way. That way you have a little bit of leeway to move it back and forth. So just tighten it enough, not so you can't move it anymore, but just loosen it a little bit, and also loosen that adjustment piece as well. That way you can kind of have some leeway to center it. You can move it a little bit, but that rubber grommet's going to keep it from just flying back and forth. So this side's screwed down. I'm going to go ahead and attach that side as well. So this edge is hitting the plastic on the roof rack, so I can't tighten it down anymore. That means I've got it too far up. So I got to scoot it back and make sure that it's not contacting this plastic piece. And I might have already damaged it, but I mean, it's fine. There's already a bunch of scratches on this from, just being a car that I actually use. Alright, now one thing you want to look at is your alignment. So I've tightened this one down, but if you look at it straight up and down, especially on the edges, you'll notice that it's crooked. So that means it's not lined up straight. So I need to scoot that mount a little farther forward than this one. I've got these about as straight as I can. Another good way you can use as a reference point, because I realize these bolts don't actually line up on either side. So maybe don't use the bolt holes as a reference point, but you can measure from, here to here, and then the same thing on the other side. But the last thing is, once you have everything secured and tightened down, is to put this little rubber thing down. So you'll see there's these two little lips that fit under the lips right here. This stretches a little bit, so you should be able to get it to reach all the way to the end, but it can be tricky to kind of push these down to where the lips go underneath. You might start with one side and then do the other side, and kind of work from the middle part out toward the end here. Alright, now once you've kind of worked both ends down in there, you can kind of feel around to see if there's any bulges or anything. You're pretty much all set. Last thing you can do is you can check these little keys to make sure they work. Basically they go in and let you pull the end out. To be completely honest with you, I don't know what exactly that's for. Maybe for kayaks or some other mounting mechanism, but Yeah, that's how those come out. And then you can just push them back in. And all set. All right, and there you have it. Roof rails on the WK2. They're both tightened down. Now, when I put my roof rack on, I may have to scoot one of these forward or backward a little bit so it lines up with the cross rails, but that shouldn't be too hard to do as long as you loosen up both sides, that one bolt, so it can slide back and forth. I will say do be careful, because if you've got a lower garage door and your WK2 is in normal mode or lifted up a little bit, they may not clear the very edge of your garage door, because this adds probably good 4 inches of height or so to your car. But hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.